What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video. And first things first, right off the bat, I want to thank you guys for 700 subscribers. You guys showed so much support on my video yesterday, and it just meant the world to me. You guys were congratulating me, and I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. So just remember that. Whenever you're thanking me, just remember I'm only here because of you guys. You guys motivate me each and every day. So thank you so much for being just amazing. You guys are just simply just amazing to me, and I can't be more grateful. We do not stop at 700, folks. This train is just getting started, and I'm going to need you guys to push me along the way. Week number 8, we're talking about NFL picks. If you're new around here, it's a pretty simple concept. I'm just going through the Week 8 slate, telling you which teams I think will emerge as winners. And let me tell you, I'm doing pretty good this season. Before we hop in, you guys know the drill. Mott's applesauce. If you're ever hungry, thirsty, whatever it might be, consume your Mott's applesauce. I promise it will never fail you. You have the Caveman guarantee. Also, quickly, if you enjoy doing daily pick'ems, if you enjoy playing daily fantasy, Underdog Fantasy is the app for you. If you're 18 or older, use the link in my description to download Underdog Fantasy. Upon registration, if you use the code TheCaveman, you get an extra $10. I get an extra $10. We are all happy. If you do so, let me know in the comments. I will shout you out. Let's get into week number 8 here, folks. Last week in week 7, I went 11-2 on the week. Pretty damn good, moving my overall record to 77-30 on the year. That, I think, is pretty solid if you ask me. Let's keep the ball moving. Tonight, Thursday Night Football kicks off week 8 as the Arizona Cardinals, the undefeated Arizona Cardinals, I might add, host the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be one of the best matchups of the week, if not the best matchup of the week. At first glance, I was going to take the Cardinals without even thinking about it, but after conversation with people like my dad, Aaron Rodgers just for some reason plays very good when he doesn't have Davante Adams. And if you didn't know, Davante Adams is out with COVID, or he's tested positive, whatever's going on. Him and Allen Lazard are both out with COVID. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is also out with a hamstring injury. They really don't have any receivers, but for some reason, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to get the job done. Not to mention, the Cardinals are not the healthiest football team going right now either, as J.J. Watt is getting sidelined for season-ending shoulder surgery, and DeAndre Hopkins is battling a hamstring injury. So this team is not too healthy either. I think this is going to be the week where the Cardinals get their winning streak snapped, and it's going to be at the hands of Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers in a game where he's got basically no receivers around him. It's going to be a good one. Boy, my bandanas are really screwed up for this one, but either way, moving into Sunday, we have the Buffalo Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. We always have our locks for the week. This is definitely going to be one of them. I don't see the Buffalo Bills losing this game to any capacity. I don't think it's even going to be close. Really not much else to say here. The Buffalo Bills win at home easily. Moving on, we got an interesting divisional matchup as the Atlanta Falcons host the Carolina Panthers. Had the Panthers been playing the way they did throughout the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, I'm certainly taking them, but they have not looked even close to what that team was the first 3 weeks. They have been struggling horribly as of late. I think Sam Darnold started leaning on Christian McCaffrey a little bit too much, and once he got, sidelined with that hamstring injury, Sam Darnold's been lost. So with that being said, until Sam Darnold can prove to me that he could ball out the way he was the first 3 weeks, I just can't take that football team. He's struggling so bad, it's holding that team down horrendously. So right now, I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons at home, who are favored, but I guess I could see this game going the other way if this is the week for some reason Sam Darnold turns things around. Next up, we have a toilet bowl game, but depending on how this game goes, I think this might be a very monumental week for the NFL. The Detroit Lions host the Philadelphia Eagles. I think this is the week. That the poor Detroit Lions snapped this awful losing streak that they've endured through the first 7 weeks of football. The Eagles have been struggling to figure their own shit out. Jalen Hurts is struggling. They're kind of going through a little bit of a quarterback controversy at the moment. They aren't sure if Jalen Hurts is really the guy they're going to go with moving forward. They're struggling, right? The Detroit Lions also are struggling, but they're more so struggling, and they're just kind of like, you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. They're in I don't give a shit mode right now, and it's dangerous. I mean, they got pretty damn close to taking down an NFC favorite, being the Los Angeles Rams. Like, they put up a fight. I think this is the week, guys. The Detroit Lions actually win. The Philadelphia Eagles are very vulnerable and susceptible to something like this, especially with the way things have been going for them. I'm going with the Lions here, guys. This game, this next game, there is a lot riding on this one, right? We have the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans going head-to-head in what is a very pivotal AFC South matchup. This game means a lot going forward. You guys know how I feel about the Indianapolis Colts. You guys know I'm ride or die for those boys. I really like the Colts. I like what they're doing over there, but you just can't deny what the Tennessee Titans have done over the last 2 weeks. they've impressed not only myself, but the rest of the NFL. And I hate to say it, but I have to go with the Titans here. I think the Colts have a chance. I'm not saying I'm ruling them out by any means because this game, it's a divisional matchup. It could easily go either way. I'm just going to go with my gut and go with the Titans here. I am flabbergasted that the Colts are favorites here. I mean, this is a completely non-biased opinion. Just you would think that the majority opinion would be that the Titans would win this game, but, the Colts are favored, which I almost feel like is a curse. Like I said, divisional matchup, it could go either way, but right now, just after these two last impressive victories that the Titans have had, I got to go with them. Like I said, it could go either way. If the Colts win, I'll be extremely happy. If the Titans win, yeah, I'll be a little salty, but that's just who I got to be real with. I got to go with here. Really? Who gave the Rams back-to-back games against the Lions and the Texans? Come on. Dude, we don't got to talk about it, right? Like if there's any thought behind this, there's a problem. I can't lie. When I saw this matchup and I got the idea to put Mike White's face in the box for the Jets, I laughed really hard. I'm not embarrassed to say it. The Bengals against Mike White. Yeah. Moving on, a game that's a little bit more interesting, right? We have a divisional matchup as the Cleveland Browns host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if the Cleveland Browns didn't prove to the world that they could run the ball no matter who the hell is behind that offensive line, then I would give the Steelers a little bit more of a chance here. But, they did the complete opposite. Dearness Johnson stepped in for his first career start and absolutely shredded what is supposed to be a relatively decent Broncos defense. So I don't care how good the Steelers defense might be in your opinion. I don't think anybody's stopping or slowing down the run game of the Cleveland Browns. With that being said, I think this is easily going to go in favor of Cleveland, especially at home. Next up, we got a little bit more of an interesting matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Two teams that really just don't have their shit together. Now, I think the 49ers have their shit together a little bit more than the Chicago Bears, and that's why I'm going to take the 49ers here on the road. But, that doesn't mean I can't foresee the Bears winning this game potentially, but I don't know. Justin Fields, he's struggling horribly. He's not necessarily a position to win, but let's be honest here. He really doesn't know what the hell he's doing back there. He's just stagnant. He's not reading the field correctly. He's not making the correct pre-snap adjustments. The kid's struggle. But yeah, I'm going with San Francisco unless I'm proven otherwise. Moving into our afternoon slate, we have a game that should be interesting because it's going to be Geno Smith against Trevor Lawrence. Now, I'm taking the Seattle Seahawks here. One, because they're at home. And two, I think the Seahawks have had, a couple of bad draws against good defenses. And Geno Smith hasn't played a football game in God knows how long. And he's had to go against the three very strong defenses. It was the Rams first, the Steelers second, and last week against the Saints. So he hasn't really had an easy defensive matchup. Not to give him an excuse, but let's be real. Those are three tough matchups to be, thrown into. Now this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, it'll be a little bit easier of a time. I think their run game is going to be more effective. Geno Smith will have more success, and that's why I'm taking the Seahawks here. Next up, we have a game that has the potential to be very close. Just for some odd reason, the New England Patriots know how to stick in games with very good teams. They almost beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then they took the Cowboys to overtime. So what's stopping me from believing that they have a chance against the Los Angeles Chargers, who just got decimated pre-bye, before their bye, against the Baltimore Ravens? I'm going to go with the Chargers here because they are the safest bet. But the Patriots, this lingers of upset. The Patriots have gotten very close of upsetting some of the best teams. This lingers. The putrid stench of upset, it really lingers in this one. But like I said, taking the safe bet, going with the Chargers. Our second to final afternoon game, we got the Denver Broncos and Washington football team going head-to-head. Two teams that are severely struggling. Vic Fangio is slowly losing his locker room. Teddy Bridgewater is playing average at best, just as he usually has been throughout his entire career. Their defense is, it's kind of banged up. It's not been too hot. And the football team somehow has managed to look even worse. Their defense, talk about horrible. I don't know what happened to that football team defense. Taylor Heineke is doing his best. It's not good enough, though. This is a shitbag game, man. I'm going with the Broncos, but I'm not too proud of it. As for our final afternoon game, we have the New Orleans Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This would have been a much better matchup had it been just last year when Drew Brees was still around, but now he's gone. The effect of, the two greats going at it is kind of gone now, or it is gone now, I should say. So it's definitely not got the same effect as it would have last year, but I think it's going to be a decent game. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here because the Saints are struggling to move the ball. Jameis Winston has no rapport with any of his receivers. receivers whatsoever. They need Michael Thomas back desperately. They have a defense that's championship ready, but until they get some receiver help, I don't foresee that Saints team being any more successful than, they were last year, truthfully. And the Buccaneers, I think they should easily come out in this game with a victory, right? Sunday Night Football, baby. Minnesota Vikings host the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a very, very good game. One of the better games of the week. The Minnesota Vikings, you guys should know how I feel about them by now. I say the same thing about them week after week. They have one of the best rosters in the NFL, yet they can't execute, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what their deal is. I like to think it's Kirk Cousins holding them back for whatever reason, but who knows? Who cares? I'm not a Vikings fan. I could care less. The Dallas Cowboys, on the other hand, they also have one of the best rosters on paper, except this time around, they're actually applying it to the field. They're executing beautifully, and they look like an NFC contender at the moment. So there's no reason for me not to take the Cowboys in this one. But like I said, the Vikings have the potential. It's just about execution. So any given night, they could execute. And last and probably least, we have a great Monday night matchup as the Kansas City Chiefs host the New York Giants. The New York Giants are more banged up than a junkyard vehicle. They can't stay healthy. The Kansas City Chiefs, although have been playing pretty damn bad as of late, I think they're going to turn up this week against the Giants. I think last week, that loss against the Titans, I think it was almost like a wake-up call, a nice slap in the face, a punch in the throat. They're going to wake up and they're going to be like, holy shit, we need this game if we want to, kind of make the playoffs here. And I think this is the game that starts the push for the playoffs for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm taking them here. They have a spread of -10. They're favored -10, -450 for money line. That's pretty heavy for a team that's been struggling lately. But, people are not ready to count out the Chiefs, and I don't blame them. So, yeah, those are my picks for week 8. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with down in the comment section below. I've been doing pretty hot. I'd be careful betting against me. No, I'm just kidding. Let me know any thoughts you might have. Thank you for 700 subscribers. It means the world to me. You guys continue to support me each and every day, and it means the world. I wouldn't be able to keep going without you guys. As always, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you want to go over to Twitter, follow me over there. I would appreciate that as well. I'm a part of the Built in Buffalo content creation team. If you enjoy Buffalo sports content, be sure to follow and subscribe to us on any social medias you might have. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.